At Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner, attorneys for the injured, we believe you do well by doing good. Each year, we recognize inspiring middle and high school students who have gone above and beyond in giving back to our community. As an example of the exceptionalism that the Make a Difference Award was created to recognize, we'd like to introduce you to Katie Jackson.
My name is Katie Jackson. I graduated this past year from North Fort Myers High School. I am born and raised from Cape Coral, Florida. I was born at the hospital just down the street. I've been in this house for 17, 18 years, and I really do love Southwest Florida. I was executive council secretary for junior and senior year with student government. This past year, I was president of Interact Club, which is a volunteer service club. I've also been a part of the ACE program. I've really been involved with AP classes, DE classes, and I have over 300 service hours, and I've loved every single second of them. I have been involved in community service for as long as I can remember. It started with my mom in elementary school. She really kickstarted it. And then when I got into high school, I was in the same high school as my sister. So she was involved in all these clubs, and it started out I was getting dragged to it because I couldn't drive and I had to stay wherever she was. But then from there I really brought it in as my own, and I really made it my own. I don't know if my mom meant to or not, she probably did, but she really just started me at such a young age that this is how you can help the environment, and this is how you can help the people around you, and this is the right thing to do, because it really is. There's less fortunate people around you, and it's very easy to help. And so I think that her starting me so young, it's really a part of my life now, and it's a part that I really appreciate and I really love, because I love helping others. Sophomore year, I was volunteering with the mobile food pantry that would come to my high school. I think it was the second Tuesday of every month. So it was a normal summer afternoon in Florida, so it was pouring down rain, and it was super busy. We had a bigger turnout than we normally had. This older woman was standing in front of me, and I saw her kind of collapse. And no one else seemed to really care, and I was like, what's going on here? So I ran over to her and I asked her if she was okay. And she told me that she had left her oxygen at her house. So she had like the oxygen tube and the tank and everything. And she left it at home because she didn't think it would take so long. And so I ran around and I got all of her food for her. And I was walking her back to her car, getting her in the AC and making sure she was okay and everything. She told me that her sister had just died a couple of days earlier. And that's when it really went off to me that I made such a huge impact in this woman's life. She was having such a bad week. And I personally could help her and make her feel a little bit better, or at least make her life a little bit easier. And for me, that was life changing. I was like, it really, not that it wasn't hard for me, but it really took no effort of mine to run around and grab her food and walk her to her car. But it made such a big difference in her life. And that really meant a lot to me, and that really resonated with me. And it just really changed my life. I have learned that you never know what someone is going through. And that's not only through community service, but it's through life, that you should treat everyone that you meet with kindness, because they could be having the worst day in the world, but you holding the door, or you just smiling, or you asking how they are, makes a really big difference. And not many people do the little things anymore. And so doing those things and being kind to everyone that you meet makes a really big difference. And you can help in more ways than you could ever imagine, just by doing just the little things like that. I am going to Florida Gulf Coast University in the fall. I am currently majoring in civil engineering, but since then I've kind of discovered surveying, which is actually a branch of civil engineering. And so if I am really kind of leaning more towards surveying, and that would require me to go to the University of Florida, because they are the only ones that have a surveying degree. But with surveying, I could one day own my own company after becoming a licensed surveyor. And that's something that I also really love, because my dad owns his own company. So does both my uncles and my grandfather. So I've really grown up watching self-employed people, and I think that that's a really great trait, and that's really cool to do. So I would not only be a business owner, but I would be a woman business owner. And I really love that idea. And so I really leaning more towards surveying right now because it allows me to do that. So I am definitely looking forward to maybe getting into women in STEM, since I'm leaning more towards like the engineering, calculus, math route. And I really want to get involved in community service and definitely continue helping the world and the people around me. So I want to focus more on the environmental aspects of community service because I feel like I didn't really do that much in high school. I focused more on people. So I definitely want to go out to the beaches, do beach cleanups, road cleanups around FGCU. So I'm really excited to get involved. I'm thinking maybe doing like the mentoring program that they have for the younger kids when I'm a couple years ahead. And they have so many great opportunities. I'm very excited to try all of them. I really got to grow up in nature and in the sun, and we live actually on Lake Kennedy, so we spent weekends on the lake. We went boating, we went tubing, and I think that being around the water and learning about the different trees and the different birds that we saw made me appreciate outside and appreciate the environment and the area around me. And I'm really thankful that I was allowed to appreciate that from a young age and more now. I don't litter, I don't throw trash out my window. I make a point to recycle and I make a point to try and leave the beach cleaner than I found it. And I think that that's a lot, that if everyone did that, we would live in a much cleaner place and a much healthier place and a lot cleaner environment. I'm definitely noticing the algae that's coming in. I'm noticing that when I go over on the East Coast, how much the beach is shrinking from it used to be. I remember it being so wide, and now when we go, it's so skinny from hurricanes and rising sea levels. And then when I go, I notice everywhere I go, I notice trash on the ground, and I didn't used to notice that. And so I would say that it's getting worse. But yes, I'm not sure if I'm noticing it more now or if it's really always been like that and I was just more blind. I would just say that if you think that you have enough hours, you don't. And it gets to a point that you don't even think of, oh, how many hours do I have? How many service hours do I have? How many does the school know that I have? I would think of it more as, have I helped enough people? Do I feel confident and do I feel satisfied with what I've done? And I don't think that anyone should ever feel satisfied. I think that you can always do more. And I think that this world needs everyone to do a little bit more.
Our most heartfelt congratulations, Katie. We're so proud of you.